Welcome everyone, I'm Kingly Valence, and thanks for watching this Spore Speedrun Challenge. Today, we are taking down an epic to earn the Epic Killer achievement in Creature Stage. Epics are the extra large creatures that have 1000 health, and they will instantly one-shot our creature if we just happen to look at them wrong. But here, we are going to take on one of these powerful epics head-on, and defeat an epic as fast as possible. Loading into Creature Stage, and we're going to immediately column 8 to put on some new creature parts right away. We're going to put on all of the social and combat parts on our creature, as we try to make a more powerful creature worthy of taking on an epic. We're going to sell our extra parts for more DNA to afford the rest of our upgrades. Then we'll put on a Sing level 2 mouth, then we'll put on both hands for strike and pose, then both feet for charge and dance, along with spit, charm, and the wings, which is almost every creature ability already at level 2. Buying all of these parts should be too expensive this early in the creature stage, but we can afford everything by using the negative DNA trick back in the early creature editor. When we select creature stage from the main menu, we can make a custom starting creature, but we have a very small DNA budget. However, after using most of this budget, if we copy a creature part by moving the mouse from something we can afford quickly over to something we can't afford, Spore will actually give us the more expensive part, even if we couldn't afford it. This will give us negative DNA since we are still charged for all these parts. However, saving this creature and starting up creature stage, our DNA debt will be completely forgiven, as our DNA count is reset back to 0. This leaves us with all of these extra parts, which we can sell for a huge DNA bonus right at the start of creature stage. Now looking for our first nest, and even though we want high level combat parts to take on an epic, we are starting out with Sing level 2 and Bite level 1 to socialize with these early nests faster. With Sing level 2, we can do the instant socialize trick with these early creatures, who only have Sing level 1, and we can ally each creature almost instantly. When socializing with these early creatures, we can walk just past the other creature, press 1 for Sing, then space for jump on the keyboard twice in about this rhythm, 1 space, and that will instantly fill the social meter, and we allied with the second nest and already leveled up our creature. This gives us our first packmate slot, and we can sprint back home and recruit one of our own creatures. Once we finish, we will use the pause launch trick to quickly move on to find some more creatures to socialize. The pause launch trick is done by first pausing, selecting another creature in front of us, double tap jump, and unpause. And this will launch our creature, which is much faster than running. During this next phase of the speedrun, we are looking to upgrade our combat abilities to get us ready to fight an epic. Bones at this size are what we need to unlock the next level parts. And we can also find upgrades by socializing or attacking alpha creatures. But socializing with these creatures is much faster than attacking, which is why we needed to put all the social parts on our creature as well at the start of creature stage. And even though we are socializing with these creatures, we will still unlock the combat upgrades. We got the strike level 3 hands from the bones, and we got the charge level 3 feet instead of upgrading dance when socializing with these creatures. I believe we were able to prioritize unlocking the combat hands and feet over the social parts using our creature's asymmetry. Back when we were putting all of the creature parts on at the start of creature stage, I made sure to leave all the combat parts on the right limbs, and put the social parts on the left limbs. Parts on the right limbs appear to have unlock priority over parts on the left limbs, and this has been pretty reliable in my experience. So the upgrade order appears to go mouths first, then right limb parts, followed by parts on the body, like charm, spit, and the wings, then left limb parts unlock last. We can leave the social parts to be upgraded last, since we don't need to unlock any more social parts for this run. We only need combat upgrades from here to fight the epic. And after socializing with 3 more nests, this will level us up to the next part of creature stage, and unlock us another packmate slot. And now with room for 2 packmates, this will be enough to take down an epic. But now let's put on those upgrades at our next home nest. And at this new nest, there are usually 2 larger bones on the ground that we can use to get some more upgrades. These larger bones will get us level 4 parts. The first bones unlocked us a new level 4 mouth, as mouths always unlock first. And with the second large bones, we got super lucky and got the upgraded strike hands. Let's column 8 at this new nest and enter the editor, and we did in fact get strike level 4. That's exactly what we needed. Add the better charge feet as well, upgrade the spit to level 3, and we can at least replace the mouth with bite level 2. And these are all the upgrades we need for this run. Pass through the editor, and we can add the second creature to our pack. And now we are ready to take on an epic. We just need to locate an epic and bring it back home to one of our home nests. There are 5 home nest locations, and they are located here on our home continent. We started down here on the coastline, moving through this area, outlining those nests earlier, and we made it over here to our second home nest. Now we need to find an epic somewhere on the continent. Epics have a lot of possible spawn locations, but only a few of them will actually have an epic. And the epic spawns are randomized each time we start creature stage. However, this area is prime epic hunting grounds. There is usually at least one epic somewhere around here. We've already reached this home nest, but I don't see anything right away. Quickly flying across the continent, scanning the area for an epic, but I don't see one quite yet. Let's keep searching. These epics are scared and hiding from us. Flying around, and I spot one of those giant bones on the ground. That's usually a good sign there's an epic nearby, and we found one. There's an epic in our sights, but it's running the wrong way. We need to get its attention. Hey you, over here. Spit attack. Yeah, now it's mad. But it only took about a minute from the last mate to find one, so not too bad. We need to lure it back home to one of our nests to take it down. No, it got one of our pack mates. The epic can one-shot us and our pack mates, so we need to be careful. Let's give it another spit attack to keep its attention and keep dragging it back home. Our current nest is over here on the minimap, and it may look like we're going the wrong way, but I know there's another nest right over here that's just not showing up yet. We're about here on the continent, and keep backing up with the epic, and we arrived at our new nest. Accept the new nest location, and our creatures will help us defend the nest from the epic. Pull the epic onto the nest and into position, so the other creatures are mad at the epic, and attack. And we have ourselves, our pack mate, and 2 volunteers from our nest to attack the epic. Let's go! The epic is already down to 900 health. Keep going. And the epic gets completely stuck and never fights back. The epic will just stand there mad and roaring at us while we whittle down its health. This actually happens fairly reliably. I'm not sure why the epic gets stuck, but getting the epic right at the nest keeps it in a stun lock the entire time. But this doesn't keep me from being incredibly nervous the whole time. I'm pressing all the attack buttons as soon as possible, because at any moment the epic can come to its senses and take out my entire team. We did unfortunately lose a packmate earlier, but getting 2 volunteers from our nest is pretty good. And after an intense 1 minute and 50 seconds of spamming attacks, we took down the epic and got the epic killer achievement in under 8 minutes from starting creature stage. This was so much faster than I would have expected. Getting the epic stuck really helped with this run. And just for fun, we took down an epic in the later stages as well. Starting up tribal stage, and there's actually a couple different ways for our tribe members to slay an epic. There are 3 different weapon tools we can use, including the throwing spears, flaming torches, and stone axes. So let's see which tool can take down an epic the fastest. Starting tribal stage, and we need to buy 3 babies, and we'll start with the throwing spears. The weapon tools and instruments we start with in tribal stage are based on our creature's diet, so being an omnivore gives us throwing spears first. Giving our throwing spears to our tribe members, and we were already engaging the epic within 2 minutes. I did a few rounds with the throwing spears, and they could take down an epic's 1000 health in about 1 minute and 10 seconds, giving us a total time of just over 3 minutes to kill an epic starting in tribal stage. Next we can try the flaming torches. In this run, I was able to lure the epic back by the time everyone got their torches in hand, already attacking the epic much faster. And the time to take down an epic with flaming torches was on average about 55 seconds, making our new tribal best at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. However, the stone axes were the fastest at taking down an epic, which makes sense from their description that they do more damage against health. And the stone axes took down an epic in about 40 seconds, giving us our best time to take down an epic with weapons in 2 minutes and 17 seconds in tribal stage. However, this is only our best time to take down an epic with weapons in tribal stage. We can actually use the traps ability to kill an epic as well. For being a carnivore out of cell stage gives us the traps ability, and we can place the traps right next to the epic. And the traps deploy, turning everything around it into free food for our tribe in less than 2 minutes. And we didn't even need to get our hands dirty. Next we have civilization stage, and there are also a few ways to destroy an epic here as well. Starting as military, and we're going to take down an epic with our military might. Once we capture all 4 cities on this continent, we are going to buy airplanes and laser down the epic. Capturing our 4th city unlocks us our airplanes, and I'm going to choose the Blackbird plane and buy as many as we can afford, then send them all at the epic. And here comes the air raid. We are much more powerful in civilization stage, but the epics also have 3000 health now and can shoot fireballs at our planes. But enough of our planes survived, and we took down the epic in under 7 minutes in civilization stage. However, we have the technology to take down these kaijus instantly. We can become death and launch a nuke at the epic. After capturing 4 cities, which we can also speed up by sending a mighty bomb at the last city, we will unlock the Gadget Bomb. The Gadget Bomb is a single nuclear bomb in civilization stage that we can launch wherever we want, including directly at an epic. For 16,000 Spore bucks, I'd like to purchase one Epic Be Gone, please. And it destroys the Epic's 3,000 health in one shot, bringing our time down to only 3 minutes and 54 seconds starting Civilization stage. However, that wasn't the fastest Epic takedown we had in Civilization stage. During one of my attempts where I was planning on using the Gadget Bomb, I got super lucky, and Epic happened to wander by the first city we captured. Normally this would be pretty unlucky in any other run, but this worked out perfectly here. And we still had our tanks nearby from the capture, and enough money to place in all the turrets. The Epic also happened to get stuck on one of the turrets, so we just pummeled down the Epic's health crazy fast, and destroyed the Epic in just over 3 minutes from starting Civilization stage. I wasn't even planning on trying this method, the Epic just happened to be nearby, and I gave the turrets a shot. And finally in Space stage, and in keeping with the theme of taking down an Epic as soon as we begin the stage, we only have the mini laser to take down an Epic. But there didn't seem to be any Epics right away on our home planet, but we can create our own Epics with the Supersizer. And since we can choose where we want the Epic to grow, let's put the Epic right next to a city with turrets. And Epics have 3,500 health in Space stage, and we were able to melt an Epic in about 42 seconds. But after going a bit overboard with the Supersizer, we need the best destructive technology Space stage has to offer. Let's use the Planet Buster. There were at least 10 Epics on that planet, all instantly destroyed. And that's everything I wanted to show about taking down an Epic creature in Spore. Really good speedrun to earn the Epic Killer achievement, and I'll include the full run linked in the description. Let me know what you thought of this run, and let me know what else you'd like me to try in the future. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm Kingly Valence, and I'll see you next time.